Hello, happy Monday. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. In our top story, some sad news to report. 2 young men lost their lives this weekend and 1 family was placed in danger. The Virgin Islands Police Department met with concerned residents on St. Thomas last weekend over the overwhelming amount of homicides and gun-related crimes affecting the territory. But this past weekend, the gunshots riddled in 3 different communities on St. Croix. Here's more from News 2's Stephanie Brown.
Residents on St. Croix are still in uproar over the deaths of 24-year-old Liana Saru and her 2 minor children. The deaths of these 3 individuals, now classified as homicide, is one of the most shocking and appalling crimes the territory has come across in most recent times. Violent gun-related crimes continue to occur on St. Croix, beginning on Friday, August 11, in Estate Sign Farm, when residents contacted the VIPD and reported that they were awoken around 3:50 a.m. from several gunshots being discharged, which upon arrival, VIPD forensic team members observed bullet holes and shell casings in and around the resident's home, which is feet away from the Lumoko Elementary School. Residents at the home declined to give on-camera statements. This past Sunday, 2 young men lost their lives at 2 different locations. On August 13 at 7:14 p.m., the 911 emergency call center dispatched officers to a discharging of shots reported in the parking lot of the Ruby Rouse housing community, where 22-year-old King John was found lying unresponsive. According to the VIPD, John sustained multiple shot wounds to his upper body area. Simultaneously, 911 also received calls of multiple gunshots being fired near Building 24 of Mutual Homes. 24-year-old Atnell Livingston Harris was also found unresponsive with multiple gunshot wounds around his body. For News 2, I'm Stephanie Shalana Brown.
Now, on Saturday, August 12, a concerned citizen informed the VIPD animal cruelty investigator about a dog that was found hanging from a fence line in the rear of Building 9 Lorraine Village Community Complex, Fredericks at St. Croix. Here's more from Glenn Drake. Glenn?
Upon arrival to the area, a small to medium-sized tan-colored dog was observed hanging from the outside of an 8-foot fence that surrounds the community complex. The dog was dead and already decomposing. It is believed that the dog was intentionally hung or hanged for at least 1 week from the time it was found. If someone in the Lorraine Village or the Grove Place area community is missing a small to medium-sized tan-colored dog or has knowledge who committed this act, please call 911, the Virgin Islands Police Department Animal Cruelty Investigator at 778-2211, the Criminal Investigators Tip Line at 340-778-4950, or you can submit an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers via at 1-800-222-TIPS.
Now, on Friday, August 12, Askia Richards was arrested for assault, second DV. On Saturday, August 11, 2017, police said 23-year-old Askia Richards assaulted a female by physically assaulting and strangling her. No bail was set as per the DV statute. Richards was remanded to the Golden Grove Detention Center pending his advice of rights hearing. Also on Saturday, August 12, about 10:20 a.m., 62-year-old male individual police say got into a verbal altercation with a 63-year-old male individual in the area of the Customs parking lot on St. John. The verbal altercation escalated and became physical. One of the individuals in the altercation pulled out a knife, cutting the other individual in the left breast area. The victim was then transported by the boat ambulance to the Roy Leshner Schneider Hospital for medical treatment. On Saturday, August 12, around 10:32 p.m., officers were dispatched to an establishment in the Castle Coakley area on St. Croix in reference to an armed robbery. Officers say as they arrived, contact was made with several individuals who stated that they were playing cards inside the establishment when 3 armed men dressed in all black came into the establishment demanding their money, jewelry, and other personal items. No one was injured in this incident. It's under investigation by the Criminal Investigations Bureau. If you have information on this crime or any of the crime in the territory, you can call the Criminal Investigation Bureau. The number is there for St. Croix and St. Thomas, 778-2211. Crime Stoppers, 1-800-222-TIPS or 911. Well, here's an update. Wanted? Any information in connection with the organized 2 a.m. August 8th heist and grand theft of 6 vehicles from Dollar Thrifty Car Rental? Any information reported to Crime Stoppers or Dollar Thrifty that results in any vehicle recovery will be rewarded with $1,000 per vehicle cash. Now, there is an update. So far, they say 3 cars have been found. The 2016 Toyota Yaris Red, the 2017 Nissan Versa Gray, and the 2015 Toyota Corolla White. They were all found. So right now that just leaves 3 cars still missing. Now this case is presently under investigation by the Criminal Investigation Bureau. And anyone having information regarding the missing cars, you're asked to contact the Investigation Bureau at 340-774-2211, extension 5606. You can also contact 911, Crime Stoppers VI, or the Chief's Office at 340-715-5548, or the Commissioner's Office at 340-715-5506. The number's listed right there. Just a reminder, Governor Kenneth Mapp will be holding a press conference at 10 a.m. on Tuesday at Government House, St. Thomas, to discuss matters related to the recent assessment of the Virgin Islands National Guard. Now, we shared this on Friday. The news conference will be broadcast live on Government Access Channel 6. And we will also have that for you, so be sure to tune in right here to News 2. Well, in other news, turning to the CNN, as a suspect in the Charlottesville attack made his first court appearance Monday morning, President Donald Trump returned to the White House and met with his Attorney General and FBI Director on the matter. On Saturday, one woman was killed during a series of clashes between white nationalists and counter-protesters. 2 Virginia state troopers also died in a helicopter accident. The president faced intense criticism over the weekend for failing to explicitly condemn the role of white supremacists in the deadly incident though others in his administration did. Karen Kaifa has the details on what President Trump had to say today. Here's more.
President Trump left his working vacation in New Jersey Monday morning and met with Attorney General Jeff Sessions and FBI Director Christopher Wray at the White House in the wake of the deadly weekend incident in Charlottesville, Virginia. The president then delivered a statement many were hoping would come sooner than today.
Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans.
The president's initial response to the attack faced intense scrutiny over the weekend. While Vice President Mike Pence, the president's daughter Ivanka, and others in the Trump administration explicitly condemned white supremacists, the president on Saturday instead cited violence on many sides. That sparked criticism and consternation, even some from his own party.
Well, this is not a time for vagaries. This isn't a time for innuendo or to allow room to be read between the lines.
Trump's response even prompted Merck CEO Kenneth Frazier to quit the White House Manufacturing Council. The White House, however, has defended the administration's response and with today's statement from the president, hopes to silence the criticism.
No matter the color of our skin, we all live under the same laws. We all salute the same great flag.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Well, Amazon is taking action against fake solar eclipse glasses. The company says it's given refunds to customers who bought solar viewing glasses that may not comply with the industry standards. The American Astronomical Society warns some companies are fraudulently marketing their glasses as NASA approved. They even printed fake logos and certification stamps. Without the proper protection, eclipse viewers could risk going blind or suffering permanent eye damage. A list of verified vendors can be found on the American Astronomical Society website. The solar eclipse will cross the U.S. next Monday, August 21st. Be sure to mark that on your calendar. Taking a look at the numbers there, we can see the Dow up 135, NASDAQ 83, S&P 500 up 24. Coming up on News 2, we have back to school news. We have our news segment, Summer Fun, some fun things to do on island. That and much more coming up next. Welcome back. Tonight we kick off our special summer fun segment, a way to find some fun things to do if you can't get away for a vacation or want a break before it's back to school time. Well, we can do things right here at home, like Coral World, for instance. 5-acre Coral World Ocean Park has been voted the best tourist attraction and ecotourism activity for over 10 years by the Daily News readers, featuring a wide array of activities and attractions, including the exotic aquariums, outdoor marine pools, and nature trails. There is the scuba dive and sea trek helmet dive, thrilling sea lion swim, and a semi-submarine, and a number of other amazing programs that involve some up-close encounters with sharks, turtles, and sea lions. Now, they are running a special right now, so this may be a great time. Here's more.
Yeah, the touch pool, which is the best place for children and adults too. We have sea stars, conch, pencil urchins, West Indian sea eggs. We have sea cucumbers.
These are our rainbow lorikeets, and we have 13 of them in here. And they're from South Pacific Islands, and we also have one blue streaked lorikeet, and she's very beautiful. So what I do in here, these guys just have free roam around freely, and we have guests come in and they can come see them and feed them and give them lots of food and to see how beautiful they are. We have 5 sea lions here at Coral World, including Omar here. We also have Rosie, she's our only female, Freddie, Remo, and Romulo. We have 15 lorikeets and then 2 macaws that we train here in our department. Along with that, throughout the park, we take care of turtles, stingrays, a variety of species of fish, and we also do other encounters such as our sea trek and our scuba diving encounters as well. He can do a lot of things, like he can smile. Good. Omar can stick out his tongue. Good.
Well, be sure to give them a call and find out more about their special rates there before the summer ends. We'll turn our attention to the BVI. Here's an update. The government-owned Department of Disaster Management, the DDM, they say that they started the process of collecting some data on the drains, guts, hillsides, and affected structures at various locations on Tortola. This data collection process will continue over the next couple of days and will be analyzed in order to determine the full extent of the damage and to better understand the level of impact. The tropical wave poured roughly, they say, 8.88 inches of rain in Road Town alone, and this comes from the DDM, and approximately 16 inches on the eastern end of Tortola. Since the passage of the tropical wave, the territory continues to make steady and swift progress to recover from the impacts. Meanwhile, some St. Thomas residents are coordinating relief efforts, as we shared last week, as well as businesses such as Seabourn Airlines. They are working with the BVI Tourism Board to provide clothing. Seaboard counters in Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, and St. Croix, they held a drive for clothing over the weekend. Call them to see if they're still extending that, to see how you can lend a hand. Speaking of the weather, NOAA has increased its forecast to 14 to 19 named storms, 5 to 9 hurricanes, and 2 to 5 major hurricanes this season. They say the season has the potential to be extremely active. That's according to NOAA. Warm water temperatures and vanishing El Nino odds are the reasons for the increased numbers. 6 named storms have already formed this year in the Atlantic Basin. All but one was relatively short-lived. NOAA has raised the number of named storms it expects to develop in their latest 2017 Atlantic hurricane season outlook, warning that the season has a potential to be extremely active. Now, in their August outlook that was released Wednesday, NOAA forecasters said there's a high chance, or 60% of that above average hurricane season, again with 14 to 19 named storms expected throughout the season. NOAA team expects near to slightly above average hurricane activity through November, following just one hurricane so far. NOAA has also increased their forecast for major hurricanes for their May outlook, expecting 2 to 5 Category 3 or stronger hurricanes. Here are some back-to-school information for you. Virgin Islands Department of Education, Office of the Insular Superintendent, that's the St. Thomas St. John District, they will be hosting their 7th annual parent conference themed Parent Engagement, Maximizing Every Child's Potential, on Sunday, September 3rd from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at the Sugar Bay Resort and Spa, St. Thomas. Now, this one-day event is free and open to all parents and guardians with students enrolled in public schools. The gathering will serve to educate attendees about the district's vision, mission, goals, and initiatives, as well as help parents learn the systems in place to support them and understand the role they are to play. There will be some breakout sessions that will feature targeted conversations about topics relevant to parenting in the 21st century, including bullying, budgeting, literacy, communication, and even about the services they can provide to the attendees and their families. Complimentary shuttle service will be available from the Lockhart Elementary School parking lot to Sugar Bay Resort for attendees that pre-register. Lunch will also be provided for all participants. Now, to pre-register and for more information, you can contact Jeray Ford, who is the Director of School and Community Affairs, at 340-775-2250, extension 8569. Well, meanwhile, on St. Croix, pictures you're seeing right there, over the course of the 2016-2017 school year, parents in the St. Croix district, they say they have acquired valuable parenting skills. The district's parent university opened up with a 3-week general session in the fall of 2016, held at the St. Croix Educational Complex. Sessions were held 3 days a week from 5:30 to 8 p.m. and 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. In the spring of 2017, the PU then held 2 school-based outreach sessions at the Juanita Gardine and Alexander Henderson Elementary Schools, 2 days per week over the course of 2 weeks. Now, parents who successfully completed the general session received a backpack filled with school supplies for each child. And speaking of backpack, here's another giveaway put on the calendar. Long Path Garden Street Nonprofit Community Center, they're announcing their backpack giveaway. That's on Sunday, August 27th from 3:30 to 6:30, and that's with 90 youngsters, kindergarten through 12th grade, can pre-register with Mrs. Connell. So you have to pre-register, and you can call 340-776-8674. They are especially taking and asking for the youngsters from the immediate neighborhood to come and sign up with Mrs. Connell. So mark that on the calendar as well. AZ Academy, they held a cleanup on Saturday. Dozens of students from AZ Academy's Big Island Adventure Camp, they traveled to the North Shore's Cane Bay Beach for an Eco Day beach cleanup. Now, in addition to cleaning the beach, campers also took to the water for snorkeling tours. As part of the Project Aware and the Nature Conservancy, campers learned about coral reefs, sea life, and the harm trash left on the beach can cause. Here's more.
We're picking up trash. We're doing a snorkel tour for kids who aren't certified, and people who are certified divers are going on an eco tour.
We're here today with Eco Day to teach the kids and inform other people about corals, and we picked up trash. The kids make rainmakers, and it was very fun to see at least some people in our community come out and pick up trash and show some support to our beautiful beaches.
It's very important because most people come to the beach and not really know how to take care of it, and they don't really understand why it's important. But it's very important to come to the beach and make sure you leave nothing, like no trash. A lot of people like to come and leave trash and straws and stuff like that. So I think it's, you can hurt the wildlife if it happens to get into the water.
It happen like every month or like every 3 months, because it's nice to see when people actually care about what's around us and pick up trash, because it could really hurt many creatures or even the plants that we live with.
Job well done there. Thanks for lending a hand. A check presentation was held for the 8th annual King of the Wing contest that was held on Wednesday morning at the Charles W. Turnbull Regional Library on St. Thomas, where the event's organizers, Alpine Securities, USVI, and White Bay Group, they presented a check of $60,900 to Junior Achievement of the Virgin Islands, JV. This year's King of the Wing event was held on June 10th at Megan's Bay Beach in St. Thomas, and nearly 40 teams consisting of the top local restaurants, see some of the winners there, businesses, organizations, and chicken wing connoisseurs. They set up their grills and cooking stations that started from about 12 noon to 6 p.m. in order to cook up some mouth-watering chicken wings. St. Thomas's own Rock City performed at that event. Internationally renowned DJ J Smoke and DJ Dundee, they kept the energy and appetites up with their signature blend of party jams and well-known hits. The celebrity judges, Rock Our City and Sports Illustrated supermodel Hannah Ferguson. Now, all proceeds from this year's event, again, they were donated to Junior Achievers, which is a 501 recognized organization. They're dedicated to teaching young people in the VI about financial literacy, work readiness, and entrepreneurship. The mission of the group is to inspire and prepare young people to succeed in today's global economy. Job well done again. Be sure to stick around. We have much more straight ahead. What's happening with that wave out there? Do we need to be concerned? Our latest is coming up next.
We're keeping a close eye on Tropical Storm Gert pulling well away to our north and west. It's hundreds and hundreds of miles away from us. We don't have any direct impacts from that tide to slightly choppier seas in an indirect way. Really the main event far to the north and west. Regional satellite shows that the clouds associated with this system are long gone. We have some unrelated little thunderstorms popping, and there is a weak tropical wave rolling in from the east. This one is not going to be too much of a hurdle for us. It may spark a couple of little showers. Satellite estimates of rainfall tied to Gert well off to the north. You can see a few little bands of convection. The fish don't care. We do care, though, and we may see a few additional showers out there through the early evening hours as some of the action out to the east over the northern leewards drifts across the BVIs, and some of that could impact a few of us. So here we are, scattered showers tonight, 78 degrees as our weak tropical wave pushes in from the east. It'd be nice if they were all this week. Could be a couple of showers tomorrow that linger as this slowly migrates across the region from east to west in St. John and other areas. Here we go to St. Thomas. To no surprise, a few showers are in our forecast as well for St. Thomas. 89 degrees. Into the south, into St. Croix, just a couple of brief showers. Nothing too torrential, nothing too widespread. You may get a brief downpour, but give it a half hour or so. And because this tropical wave is fairly weak, we don't expect it to last too long. Now, the marine forecast is a little more active. The wind is somewhat strong, a 10 to 20 knot breeze. It's not terribly strong, but it's enough to create 3 to 6 foot waves. They're going to be growing into the afternoon tomorrow. And that's the case for both the Atlantic side on the north and also the Caribbean side on the south with 3 to 6 footers, and the trade wind continuing at 10 to 20 knots. So the extended forecast, Sandy, does not look too bad. We do have some occasional showers out there on a daily basis. Upper 80s for us, lows close to 80, near 90 on Saturday. We'll turn our attention to the east for the next tropical wave, which could cause trouble in about a week. Back to you, Sandy.
Thanks for that update. Time for our news to weather picture there by Keeman Gerald, first grader representing Lockhart Elementary School. Showed us what we can expect, a little bit of each, sunshine and rain and moisture in our area. Keeman, hope you're having a wonderful summer. Send us your news to weather picture to News2 via 4611 Tutu Park, Suite 300, St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, 00802. Stick around. News and Sports is coming up next.
I'm Gary Anthony, and this is News2 Sports. If you were not at St. Croix Central High School late Sunday afternoon into the early evening, then you missed it big time. As they kick off to the inaugural Paradise Jam Summer Tour, the senior men's VI national team took on the Vanderbilt University Commodores of the SEC. The Ronald Charles Gymnasium was far from packed, but the 300+ in attendance got a great game, an 81-78 win for Team VI. Things didn't start out too well. In the first half, the Commodores lit up the scoreboard from beyond the arc as the visiting Commodores led by as many as 15 points before going into halftime, leading 46-39. The VI's Cuthbert Victor had an outstanding game with 20 points. He was 4 of 6 from downtown to go with 8 rebounds. There were 4 players from the VI who finished in double figures. The fourth quarter was all VI. Khalid Hart and Walter Hodge went strong to the hoop on multiple drives for tough points. Victor's 3 from the top of the key put the VI up by 3. Then, with the VI up by 2, well, just take a look and a listen. Walter Hodge buries the 3 with 2.6 left, and the VI wins 81-78.
I mean, I was struggling the whole night. You know, I'm shooting, I'm missing, but they give me the space at the end, and you know, I'm confident about my game, and I made it.
Well, we knew Walter was going to shoot it, and we knew he was going to have a good chance of making it. So I felt confident with Walter having the ball at the end. And look, Vanderbilt's going to be a good team. They're going to play in the NCAA tournament this year. So our young guys, especially our young guys, we got a lot of young college kids on this team this year, and I'm proud of them because they played against a legit Division I basketball program. I knew we would play hard and play together, and I thought the young men were outstanding. They played hard. They exceeded my expectations, and I'm just happy for the island, for these young men to start off this trip on a good note.
I love the way we play tonight. We play with a lot of energy. We young. This is the first time together, and we did a great job, and we won the game. So that's something nice.
Just honored to be here and support the men's team and continue to support the VI men and women teams.
Paradise Jam Summer Tours continue this week with multiple games at the UVI Sports and Fitness Complex. That's it for sports. Sandy, back to you.
Thanks for those highlights, Gary. That's all for this edition of News 2. We'd like to thank you for joining us for all the latest in news, weather, and sports. I'm Sandra Guman saying you have a wonderful evening.